Hello students, good morning to all. So today we'll continue our discussion of lesson 2 input and output devices. So today we'll discuss about the non-impact printers. Non-impact printers prints the characters without using the ribbon. In non-impact printers, ribbon is not used. These printers print a complete page at a time. They are also called the page printers. Non-impact printers are also called the page printers because they print one page at a time. These printers are of two types, laser printer and inkjet printers. See, that is the laser printer. Characteristics of the non-impact printers. Faster than impact printers, they are not noisy, high quality image they gives, supports many fonts and different character size. Laser printers are non-impact page printers. They use a laser light to produce the dots needed to form the characters to be printed on a page. This is the laser printer. You can see. Advantage is very high speed, very high quality output, good graphics quality, supports many fonts and different character size. Disadvantage: expensive, cannot be used to produce multiple copies of a document in a single printing. Inkjet printers are non-impact printers based on a relative new technology. They print characters by spraying small drops of ink onto paper. Inkjet printers produce high quality output with presentable features. This is the inkjet printers. So photo, we take out the printout of the photo in the photo studio with the help of this inkjet printer. They make less noise because no hammering is done, and these have many styles of printing modes available. Color printing is also possible. Some models of inkjet printers can produce multiple copies of printing also. Advantage: high quality printing, more reliable. Disadvantage: expensive as the cost per page is high and slow as compared to the laser printer. So these inkjet printers produce images by spraying tiny droplets of ink onto the paper. They have a very high quality output and can produce colored graphics. The average quality of the inkjet printer is 300 dpi, 300 dots per inch. A black cartridge is used for the crisp monochrome output. They are cheap and ideal for home office. The cartridge is quite costly and needs to be replaced more frequently than a laser printer. Laser printers can print about 6 to 10 pages per minute. The high resolution ranging from 600 to 1200 dots per inch in the laser printer. Speakers is also output device. Another printer is thermal printer. Thermal printer is also a special heat sensitive paper. Characters are formed when heating elements come in contact with the heat sensitive paper, thus forming darkened dots. The standard of the print produced is very poor. Thermal printers are widely used in battery powered equipments such as portable calculators. Speakers. Speakers are the output devices which are used to play sound. Speakers are used to play sounds. A speaker converts the alternating electric current into a sound. It may be built into the system unit or connected with cables. We can listen to music and various sound effects through them with the help of the speaker. Next, I will talk about the plotter. Plotter is a vector graphic printing device. Uh, Plotter is a vector graphic printing device which interprets the commands from computers to make line drawing on a paper with one or more automated pens. Plotters are different from printers as they can draw continuous point-to-point lines directly from vector graphic files or commands. Vector-based refers to a series of points to be connected as compared to the normal pixel-based system. Vector-based printing produces better lines and graphics. Plotters are basically used for graphical application like the CAD for drawing the plan of the building. That is, the CAD means computer aided design for printing maps and drawings. These plotters are of two types: flatbed plotters and drum plotters. Modern plotters made by HP use either DeskJet or LaserJet technology. Common manufacturers of the plotters are Hewlett Packard and Roland. Hewlett Packard and Roland Company manufactures the plotters. First, a flatbed plotter. Flatbed plotter is also known as table plotter. It plots on a paper that is spread and fixed over a rectangular flatbed table. A pen mounted on a moving cartridge moves in accordance with the signals received from the CPU. and produces drawing on the paper. It is very slow in drawing or printing graphs. Drum plotter. The first scanner was the drum scanner, introduced in 1957 at the US National Bureau of Standards by Russell Kirk and his team. A drum plotter is also known as a roller plotter. So it consists of a drum on which a paper is placed. The drum then rotates back and forth to produce the graph on the paper. The pen mounted on a fixed carriage moves horizontally across the paper to create a perfect drawing. They are more noisy and compact as compared to the flatbed plotters. They are used to produce continuous output such as plotting earthquake activity. Okay, next is the storage devices. First, storage device. Storage devices are used to store the information until it is deleted or overwritten by the user. So first storage device is the hard disk. Hard disk is the most common storage device for storing large amount of data. It is also called the HDD, hard disk drive, or Winchester disk also. It is also called the main memory, stores data in the temporary manner, means all the data will be lost when the power is switched off. In the main memory, that is called the primary memory, all the data is lost when the power is switched off. Secondary storage devices used for storing data in the permanent manner, as we know. So storing the data in the permanent manner, we use the magnetic storage devices. Some of the advantages of storage devices are C. Non-volatile storage device. Non-volatile in nature means they never lost their data when the power goes switched off. So the data which is stored in the non-volatile storage devices will never be lost when the power is switched off. So the hard disk is made up of a collection of disks known as platters, and each platter requires two read-write heads, one for each side. All the read-write heads are attached to a single axis R so that they do not move independently. Each platter has the same number of tracks to store data. A track location that cuts across all platters is called cylinder. The track location that cuts across all the platters is called a cylinder. Coated with magnetic material, it is hard and inflexible. It has a large storage capacity. It can store up to 8 terabyte of data. The disk rotates at a very high speed, varying from 5400 rotation per minute to 15,000 rotation per minute. It can be reused. So the capacity of this device is very high. As you know, we can store the huge amount of data in the secondary storage devices in terms of the terabytes. Cost effective cost of secondary storage device is very lower in comparison to the main memory. And the data can't be easily lost from the disk. Reusability. The memory contains the data in the temporary as well as permanent manner, but the secondary storage devices are reusable, means they can be erased and stored anytime. Means we can add or remove the contents from this disk whenever we require. There are many types of the storage devices. Those are based on the sequential and random access, means the data which is stored in the secondary storage devices can be read either from the first location, which is also known as the sequential access or sequential manner, and the data can be read from the disk and also from any location. So if any disk provides this utility, then this is called the direct access mechanism. There are many storage devices that those are either based on the SASDs or some DASDs. So first type of storage device is the magnetic tape here. So this magnetic tape is a type of secondary storage device, and this device is used for tracking, taking backup of the data. And this tape contains some magnetic fields, and magnetic tapes are used accessing in the data in the sequential form. And the tape also contains a ribbon which is coated on the single side of the tape, and also contains a head which reads the data which is recorded on the tape. And when we are reading the information from the disk, and we can also read backward information, means we can also back the tape for reading in previous information, and for inserting the tape into the system also requires some tape drives which contains tape and which is responsible for reading the contents from the tapes. So this magnetic tapes store huge amount of data into the tape drive. But the main limitation of the tape drive is that we can access the data from the disk directly. Means if we wants to the 100th record from the tape, we must have to move all the previous 99th record first. And the tapes are also easily damaged due to the human errors. Next, the magnetic disk. It is also called the hard disk, and it is made from the thin metal platter which is coated on both the sides of the magnetic disk, and there are many plates or platter into a single hard disk, and all the plates are made from the magnetic materials, and all the disks are rotate from 700 to 3600 rotation per minute, and called the hard disk. Also contains a head which is used for both reading and writing the data from the hard disk. The plate of disk is divided into tracks and sectors, and the collection of tracks makes a cylinder. Means all the tracks of the disk which a consecutive area makes a cylinder. The disk is first divided into the number of tracks, and the tracks are further divided into the sectors, and the number of tracks makes a cylinder. All the data is stored into the disk by using some sectors, and each sectors belongs to the tracks. The data is accessed on the disk by using the heads, and all the heads have some arm. These are used for reading the data from the particular track and sector. So when the disk rotates very high speed into the, then the head also moves. For reading the data from the disk, the arm touches with a particular track and read the data from that location. For locating a particular data from the disk, the head moves around the disk very fastly, and data which a user wants to access must have an address, so that the arm of the head just use that address. Means the number of cylinder, number of track, and number of sectors from which the user wants to read the data. With the help of these read and write heads, we can also read the data from the disk, and we can also store some data onto the disk. Some time considerations are also used when we are accessing or storing the data onto the hard disk. Seek time. The total time which is taken to move on to the desired track is known as the seek time, and time is always measured by using the milliseconds. Next, latency time. The time required to bring the particular track to the desired location means the total time to bring the correct the sector for reading or for read and write head. This is also called the average time. Data transfer time. The total time which is required for reading and writing the data into the disk is known as total transfer time, data transfer time. So when we are talking about the magnetic tapes, we can say that the storage capacity of the disk is measured in the form of megabytes. And we are talking about the hard disk, the measurement will be in the form of gigabytes or terabytes. Means the capacity of the hard disk will be read by using the gigabytes. Magnetic tapes are sequential access device (SAD), and the hard disk is the direct access device (DAD). Means the data of the disk will be read from any location, and the data can be read from the disk by using the read write heads. But the hard disks are costlier than the simple magnetic tapes. But the capacity of the hard disk is very high in comparison to the tapes. Okay, so this is all for the today, students. In the next class, we'll continue our discussion about the floppy diskette, CD-ROM, and the DVD. So this is all for today. Thank you for your kind attention.